Washington Chorus used to be the Oratorio Society of Washington.
Back in the 90s, we were very traditional, very scripted fonts. Most of our marketing was pictures of the chorus, pictures of the composers, pictures of the conductors.
In 1998 was when we had our name changed, and that's when we became the Washington Chorus. And so with that big reveal, we had what we call the curly C logo with the Washington Chorus and a nice script C for our logo. And over the years, I think we saw that didn't quite suit us when we had new artistic directors, new executive directors. And so in 2018, we decided that we needed to have something that would be new for the chorus. And that's when we created something that was intended to be a placeholder, honestly. It was meant to be just temporary and stand in for something that would work well with all different concerts, and then be something that could usher in a new brand with new leadership.
So when I first joined the Washington Chorus, we'd had several attempts thus far to kind of rehash the brand, and it was clear that it was a priority that we wanted to make sure happened, particularly as we were working with 82 Degrees, and they were growing more and more familiar with us as they worked on each of our poster designs for these concerts.
82 Degrees has been our design firm for the last couple of years, and they have done outstanding work. I really think convey who the Washington Chorus is in both our music and how we exist.
They're woman-owned, minority-owned, and they are they're specifically serving clients that have social justice missions, that have missions of things that they think is important for serving our community.
I love 82 Degrees. I think they always have fresh ideas about the vision of the concerts, and Jenny Wyman, our marketing manager, with them together, I think always bring a look that gets the eye of many artists, many people around not only the DMV area, but around the nation. I get a lot of compliments about the look of our marketing and promotional material. So it's been a joy.
They try to get to know the Washington Chorus on a really deep and personal level. They come to our concerts. They get to know our staff members. They do a lot of homework and research, and they get to know everything about what we do at a very deep level.
It's been just really nice to have like that history of us working collaboratively in partnership to really understand who the Washington Chorus is, what the music is, how you connect with your audiences. And so then when it came to the brand, we already had so much research behind us.
When we were starting the process of creating a new brand for the Washington Chorus, for me, the most important thing was making sure that all of the different perspectives were at the table in those conversations.
Something I loved about our marketing committee is that even though it was made up of singers and different folks from our board and staff, is that everyone that is in that room works in marketing. The handy thing about having a volunteer chorus with people from all different walks of life is a lot of them are professional communications and marketing associates.
The process was fantastic. I will say that it was nice to kind of get everybody kicked off and on board with sort of like what is the vision for behind what we wanted to do, and working with the marketing committee behind that. I thought there was a nice balance of sort of leaning on their expertise as well as leaning on our experience and our understanding of what makes the Washington Chorus so special.
When you start to examine who and what you are, you actually have to go deep. We have a great foundation, a great history, but we also have a vision of where we're going. And I think that a branding process helps you to articulate that. You have to internalize it. You have to think about, okay, well, here's where we are, and here's where we want to go.
When you are going through that process, is it going to alienate, your audience? Are they going to think that you're doing something different? Are you bringing them with you, or are you leaving them behind? And I think those are a lot of questions that, are deep questions that organizations have to answer. But if we're all doing our job well, we're not only bringing the audiences with us, but we're inviting more.
It would be one thing if we just launched a new logo and sailed off into the sunset and everybody, enjoyed the product that we came out with, but because I think we came to it thoughtfully and we came to it with intention, and we came to it together with kind of the end goal in mind, but also the steps to get there collectively together. I'm really proud that we did all of that work in the right order, that we didn't compromise any of those steps along the way.
You're so bold and creative and open-minded, and the breadth of what you create in a single year is just so dynamic that the mark needed to be able to hold all of that and show that you're human-centered and have such a high level of musicality. We really wanted to make sure that it was abstract and flexible and could be used in a number of different ways, the mark itself, but also your brand, which is really important. The whole thing as a unit is really important to express who you are.
The last 5 years, our goal has been to be a more inclusive community, and to me, this logo that shows people together as a choir, locked armed in arms, to reflect that unity, that community. I think it's not sterile, it's active, it's engaging, and that's what I'm looking forward to the most, is sharing that with many people.
I feel like we have created something that would make the previous iterations of all the people who've made this organization proud, as well as something that I can be proud of personally, and that I feel will outlive me and the work that I do here, something that is going to last, that will continue to represent this organization and have that lasting power.
And now, we are pleased to present the Washington Chorus.